welcome to the Beauty Shaman. So it is summertime and COVID is pretty much done, and we are going to parties and weddings and hanging around our friends, most of us. I mean, some of us are still a little bit tense and nervous about who we're around, and I completely empathize and understand that. However, there are a lot more parties and weddings. I mean, I've been asked to do more hair and makeup for events than, all of 2020, because 2020 there was none, right? So this has been really fun. I think the mood is up. In my area, we've had concerts. I mean, it's just been super fun. So with that in mind, I wanted to do a party makeup. Maybe it's for a wedding party or a special event that you've been invited to, and because you're so excited that you're going to be around your friends, you want to look extra pretty. So this is a summertime, kind of a sun-kissed look. We're really going to focus on the eyes because trend now is kind of a sheer pinky lip, a little bit succulent looking, right? It's not a matte look. It's more succulent looking, more dewy, I guess is a good word, with our skin sort of dewy, with more on the eyes. We're still seeing more makeup on the eyes. So I'm going to do up my eyes today in kind of a sun-kissed bronze, but it's going to have some punch to it. Okay. We're going to be like, I'm here, right? It's going to have a statement. So before we get started, please visit my website at thebeautyshaman.com. And also please subscribe here on YouTube and hit the bell in order to be alerted every time I upload a video. That way I can continue to make great content for you. Let's get going. Okay, so before we get started, I bought this dress during COVID when I had no money because I basically lost my professional makeup artist business because I couldn't touch anybody. And I found this, it was online. This is like a $450 Kate Spade dress. I'm a huge Kate Spade fan. I love her clothes and her bags. I have like 5 Kate Spade bags. Don't worry, I buy them like secondhand or something. Like I'm a shopper, right? But this is a Kate Spade dress. It was originally $450 and I got it for under $100. Now that was during a time when I really should not have even spent that, but I did because I'm a Kate Spade fan. So now I have this incredible dress and I'm wearing it to all my parties because I'm like, I'm so excited to wear this dress that I couldn't wear once I got it. It was like, oh my God, horrifying. Okay. So, before we get started, I do have a question I wanted to throw out there for you to answer during the video. If you have any thoughts around this, and that is COVID was really a hard time, but now that we're out of it, what do you feel like in retrospect was a valuable lesson for you? Like something positive, because COVID is such a negative time and there's so much negative in the news. I really like to focus on what is positive and good and keeps our spirits up and our energy high. So what do you feel like was the one thing you really got from that you feel like was really positive? Okay, so let's get going on our skin. So my skin is hydrated. I've got product on there. I'm not even going to touch on product. So I'm going to use a little bit of primer because when we go to these events, they're hot, right? Generally speaking. One of you wrote to me from Florida and was like, it is boiling hot over here. Nothing's staying on my skin. So primer becomes even more important because it does help your product to stay on better. Also gives your skin a nice dewy look, which I absolutely love. Okay, so foundation wise, I'm going to put on a little Cogen Dough. I really love this. This is Moisture Foundation. It's very dewy. And I love the dewiness of it. I think it's just so spectacular. Holds up beautifully, as a lovely finish. So I'm going to put that all over. So I am wearing foundation. A lot of times when we go to these events, it's so hot, we don't even want to wear foundation. So I'll leave that up to you, but I did decide to do foundation in this video. If you're looking for a makeup without foundation for the summer, I'll put it in the upper corner there. But I am going to use this because this is a nice party, a nice wedding. They're really doing it up. I'm just making this up as I go. So you want to look extra special, even if you're a little sweaty and, maybe it doesn't hold up as well as you would like, but you're using great products, so it's not going to drip, right? That's the important thing. If you're worried about your skin sweating too much, I would get some Shine Killer by NYX. I do love this stuff. It does work. I use it a lot on camera talent, but it helps your skin stay a little bit more matte. Not entirely. You're going to have a little dew in there, but it's not going to be like dripping if you tend to really sweat on your face. Okay, I'm going to leave concealer for last because we don't, it tends to fall a little bit when you do eyeshadow. I'm going to take a sip of tea and we'll move into lips. Okay, I changed my mind. Not going to do lips. I'm going to do contour. So I'm going to use a little bit of Bobbi Brown. This is medium. This is actually considered bronzer, but I'm going to use it as a contour because we're going for a real summery look here. I've got a little age spot right here. I'm just going to ignore it. Do you ever do that? Like, just ignoring it. It'll go away. I just ignore it. And the truth is, you know, I can put a little concealer on it, but I don't know. So I like bronzer or contour just because it gives your face a nice frame. So you can see how that took away the real flatness. When you use foundation, it, you know, it flattens you out because it takes out all the different redness in your skin and that sort of thing. So I am using 1 to 2 shades darker. So whatever your skin color, I want you to know I try to make my videos for all skin colors. I make up people from every walk of life. I really try hard not to just focus on my own ethnic group. I feel like I love lots of different ethnic groups and different skin colors and tones. I'm super open-hearted and open-minded. And so having said that, when you're using contour or bronzer or anything for whatever your skin color, you are going for 1 to 2 shades darker. That's kind of what we're aiming at. So I'm also now going to use a little bit of Aruba. So this is just it's dirty, sorry, but it is a really nice warm kind of highlight / bronzer, which I really like. And maybe I can use this as if it was blush, but we'll see how that goes on. I have a fair bit of color in my skin right now. I've been outside a lot. Of course, I use my sunblock. This is my favorite sunblock. I'll just show you what I use. Image 30 SPF. I love this. Holds up really well. Excellent. I use it a lot on camera talent too when we're outside. Really is good stuff. So I'm just warming up my skin. My skin's already pretty warm, but you know, this has a little bit of shine to it, so you're going to see a little bit of that. And sometimes that can, like I have a little bit of lines through here, and sometimes that sets on my lines and I don't like it. So you can kind of see that. I don't know how excited I am about that, but it does give a nice little sheen here. And sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not. We'll see how that kind of sets. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of eyebrow. So I'm going to use Concrete. This is a eyeshadow. I like to use eyeshadow in my eyebrows. Many of you prefer pencils. Whatever floats your boat. I do like shadow just because it gives a really, really nice soft look to it. By the way, on my website I have courses. If you're really interested in learning all of this in a very in-depth way, I would recommend go check out my courses. I also do coaching, one-on-one coaching, to really walk you through step by step on everything I'm doing. Because I know videos can be hard because we go pretty quickly. We don't explain ourselves fully. So the video, my courses do, and then I do if you hire me as a coach. Okay, so that looks really pretty. Okay, so I just elongated my brows a little bit. I don't tend to fill them all the way in. I feel like Groucho Marx when I do that, so that's just me. You can also use a brow gel to help your eyebrows stay up so it's not all laid down, depending on if you like that or not. I'm not a fan of eyebrow gel on me. That's just a personal thing, so I'm just going to comb them up a little bit. If you want to use a gel, go ahead. All right, I'm going to do lips and then I'm going to do eyes last. So I'm going to start with just a little bit of a mauve-y lip liner. This is by Lip Bar. It's very mucky, but it's called Mauve, which I think is the right color here because I am going to do sort of a pinky lip, a pinky shiny lip. And I do like to use a little lip liner because lip glosses on me tend to, swim downstream a little bit or upstream. Like they tend to fan out. It's not good. So I use a little bit of this just to keep it on. So on my lip liner, I filled in the outer edges just a little bit, just to add a little bit more kind of a density to the outer edge. And it looks really pretty when mixed with a little bit of lip gloss. I'm going to use for lipstick, this is in my kit, but this is actually a matte color right here. I will get the name and put it down below. I believe it's called Lame, and I believe they still make it. So, because sometimes they discontinue things, right? And it's really irritating. I put something on and it's like, they don't even make it anymore. I'm just going to throw a little bit of this. Oh, that's pretty. Just kind of a shiny. I'm going to use a lot of glossy type things today because it's summer. We're going to a party. Doggone it. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of lip gloss on top. So this is Kojendo. This is clear lip gloss. They do make it in colors. I just buy clear because I make up lots of different colors of people. And I'm going to use a little bit of this right in the middle. I love their lip gloss because it tends to hold up really well. It isn't as mobile as a lot of them, right? You put them on and it's like they're just sliding down to your boobs, right? So But look how pretty that is. It's really shimmery and soft, but it does hold up, which that's so key for me when I'm putting talent in front of a camera. So, all right, we're on to eyeballs. I am going to touch up my cheeks a little bit, probably with some blush, but we're going to move into eyeballs. Okay. Okay, so I have a lot of different little skin colors on my lid. So I don't always cover them if you watch my video. Sometimes I just leave it because I'm like, I don't really care. And I don't like to wear a ton of makeup anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal to me, but this is a party we're going to, so I'm going to use MAC Painterly, and this is an eye base, as well as you can use it as a cream shadow, but it's more sort of thick, so it's going to help to cover that and to keep my eyeshadow on when I'm standing outside in the hot sun at this party that we're all going to. We're going to have some lovely little drinks with little umbrellas. Okay, so on my lid, I'm going to use this color by MAC called Arena with a flat-headed brush, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. So I'm doing all warm tones on my eyes and just the slight pinky tone on my lip. That's the only place I'm going to do pinky. Everything else is going to be warm. So that's pretty. Has a little bit of shine to it too. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner, and I'm going to use my Jane Iredale Dark Topaz eyeliner. Looks like that. It's a gel liner. And I'm just going to put that right next to my lashes. I'm going to have to pull my eye a little tiny bit here. And I'm going to really blend it out, okay? Because we don't want super liney look, right? We want this to be summertime. But eyes are in, you know, really kind of graphic eye designs are in. Now, I think that's not very appropriate for mature women. It kind of looks very, very, very young. So, you know, we want to stay current without looking like we're trying too hard, right? There's that. Oh, that was funny. Look what I just did. So see, I'm just keeping that really tight to the eye line, and I make it a little thicker on the outer edge. So what do you feel like you learned the most from COVID? Was it just family, the importance of family? Or was it how to be alone with yourself? Or, I don't know. I mean, for some of you, it was like hanging on by your toenails, right? I mean, it was really hard. So I'm just really curious. So see how I did that? So it's really pretty, really soft. I'm going to blend it out, okay? So I'm not done yet. Okay, so my liner is on, and now I'm going to blend it and just soften it down, but I'm going to mix a little bit of eyeshadow with it. So this is called Sketch by MAC. It's a lovely maroon color. I love this color. And I'm just going to blend it in with my liner, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a brush like this. So it's kind of thicker, a little bit slanted. Try to get rid of the excess because you don't want to goop this on, that's for sure, because it's a pretty strong color. And I'm just going to blend the eyeshadow on top of this, mainly on the outer edge, because I really want that line right here to be really thin, okay? Because we are going to bring our emphasis more to the outside of our eye. So see, I'm just gently working that in. I'm going to pull it up a bit here. So this is where you're going to get more going on around your eye by pulling up the edge. I'm not going to do a wing. You know, wing is really in. You see these girls, oops, doing goops here, doing like a really big wing. I think that can be really beautiful, but as we get older, you know, we have lines, and, you know, trying to put a liner with all my lines is kind of, you know, it's not super flattering. Okay, so the top eyes are done. I'm going to use that same color Sketch, and I'm going to put it underneath. So, you know, be careful of using color underneath, because sometimes if you have dark circles and you're putting a dark color like this underneath, it can be just like suddenly your dark circles jump out even more. Or really learn how to cover your dark circles, because that can really make a huge difference on what you can do on your eye makeup, is to really like clear this area out. So I'm putting it all the way under, okay? I'm being sort of bold here because this is more of a bold eye look. So I'm really putting that underneath. Okay, so to add to the drama, I'm going to use a little bit of waterproof. This is MAC Kajal Pencil, and this is in a brown again, and I'm going to put that on the upper underneath, so it's in the waterline. So we're really going for a lot, just right around our eyeballs. Now, some of your eyes, really have a hard time handling this, and I know that. So go according to your own eye shape, obviously, but the look is a denser look around your eyeballs. Okay, so now I'm going to use this color here. This is called Cork by MAC, and I'm going to use this in the outer edge just to kind of pull up this part of the eye. So I'm just using, I think this is called the 127. If not, I'll put it down below. Everything's down below, okay, with what I use. And I'm just going to kind of bring that up. See how I'm doing that? And I'm keeping my lid really open because I want this to have a lot of space. I don't want, it to be too crowded because we've got so much going on right next to our eye. So I'm just pulling that in and raising it up. Now I realize I have a good deal of real estate here. So you do you. Okay, so you can also do a little bit of a shiny color through here if you want. Again, I'm keeping it all around, just around my eyeball, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put a little bit of a shimmer, which is kind of pretty. This has a little bit of a rosy tint. I'm going to use my finger. Just going to touch it right in here because that's just so pretty. Just a little bit. It's hard for me to avoid shimmer. I do really like shimmer. It's just so pretty. Okay, so now we're going to do some concealer. So I'm going to use, what's it called? Amazing Concealer. I just forgot what it was called. And this is medium golden. And I'm going to plop a little bit of this just right through here. And that's going to really brighten up my eye area. I like to go either matching the skin or about one shade lighter. I don't tend to do more than that on people. I know you see some makeup artists really doing, a couple shades lighter. So you get like this really light area and then lots of shading. For an outdoor party, I would say that's not really a good idea because you're outside and the sun is primarily blue. The shade of the sunlight is blue. So what that does is it shows every flaw, right? So it's really important to do things that are going to really match your skin and not try to do too big of a differential in your shading and lightening kind of strategies, I guess I should say. If it's in a studio, I think you can get away with it a lot better, but not if you're in natural light. You just want to be really careful about that. So, I'm just kind of touching areas. As you can see, I just slowly go along and I brightened up through here because I tend to be dark right there around my eye area. I pull it in here just a bit. And around my nose and on my nose because because I bike ride and I run and all that and I'm right out in the sun, and even if I put sunblock, my nose just kind of ends up getting a little bit darker than the rest of my face. Just kind of happens. But see, that's really pretty. And you could also take this concealer and use it as a highlight in your brow bone if you wanted to, if you didn't want to use a shimmer, which I'm not going to. But see, that just kind of lightened it up nicely. It's pretty. So I think that looks really nice. I look at the difference that made. It's pretty cool. Okay, so time for mascara. I am going to curl my lashes with a little, it's called Shuamura. I don't know how to say this. One of you critiqued me and said, would you please pronounce it correctly? I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to pronounce it incorrectly, but I love this eyelash curler. It's really fabulous. If you can do a phonetic spelling of it down there, whoever wrote that, I would really appreciate it. Okay, so mascara. So I'm going to use a cruelty-free mascara by NYX. Worth the Hype, it's called. One of you requested that I please use cruelty-free mascaras, and I thought, okay. This one's actually not very expensive. I want to say it's $11, which is not bad. Okay, so I think I need a little bit of powder, so I'm going to use my Chanel. Sorry, this is the lid because it's broken apart. This with a brush and lightly put it around my eyes. I want dewy skin on the rest of my face. But around my eyes, I'm just going to take it down a notch. Okay, so I've done some powder. I do want to do a tiny bit more on my cheeks. So I'm going to take this color, just kind of a lovely orangey color. I believe this is called Melba by MAC. And I'm just going to lightly put that right on my cheekbone. Okay, so this is the summertime party makeup look. I think this is really pretty. It's, it's really focused around the eyes and just a lovely shimmery lip. You can also do false lashes if you want to, whatever you feel like. But when you go to the party, have a great time and remember the great lessons you've learned from the COVID-19 pandemic, which hit us all so hard. I hope that you've taken something positive from it. I know it's such a hard time. For me, I would say my greatest lesson that I learned from it is to take time. I think I just run around in life so much, as we all do, and it was really lovely to just have time to go inward, time to meditate more, be with people that I loved more. It was just having time, I think, was so incredible for me, and I just loved that. So anyway, thank you so much for writing down below. Thank you for watching The Beauty Shaman, and have an awesome summer.